up, guys? Dill Games MC here, and today I'm going to show you a modern deck that I have that you can build. Pretty strong, pretty fun, called Soul Sisters, or Soul Sisters Lifegain, or just Lifegain. You can build it for only $224.96. Now, I know you might be saying, wait a second, you said that this was, I mean, it's kind of, for modern standards, it's a kind of cheap deck you can build, but for just, like, money in general, you're like, that's a kind of lot of money to put out on a deck right now. But the good thing about modern, well, actually, first let me tell you, this is main board and sideboard. The main thing about modern is that you only have to build one deck. Standard, you have to keep building new decks, so over time standard gets more expensive. But modern, you can build this, build it once, and boom. Now, are you going to win a Grand Prix Magic World Championship with this? Probably not. It's more of a fun deck. You're probably not going to win $500,000 with it. But let's start getting through it before this video gets too long. I have all the prices written down here. So we're starting off with 4 Soul Warden. Soul Warden, you need 4 of them. They're 93 cents each. They've most recently been printed in the modern event deck. Here you go. She's so good because whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. So the life gain's already starting. Next is Soul's Attendant, which are $1.31 each. Printed in Rise of the Eldrazi. That was the only set they were printed in. 1/1 for 1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may gain 1 life. Now here's where the expense starts. These cards are most of the expense. Serra Ascendant. 1 mana for a 1/1. She's actually $17 each. Most recent, well, she's only been printed in M11. The good thing, she has lifelink, and if you have 30 or more life, she becomes a 6/6 flyer, and you can have this out on turn 2. She's very crucial to the deck. One of the heavy hitters of the deck. So she'll be like $68 for your playset, but she's not going down in price. So if you buy it and you decide to build a new deck, you can sell these, put the money towards your new deck. Here we go. A Johnny's Pride Mate. I have a foily one that I actually pulled from a booster pack before. A Johnny's Pride Mate is 46 cents each, most recently printed in M11. There you go. Show you the foily one. 2 mana. No, that's too glary. 2 mana for a 1/1 or 2/2, which is pretty good self. Whenever you gain life, you may put a 1/1 counter on a Johnny's Pride Mate. But it's not like if you gain 10 life, he doesn't get +10/+10. For each time you gain, he gets +1/+1. Next is some more of the expense. Path to Exile. Here you go. They are $8.59 each, most recently printed in the modern event deck. Here you go. I have 3 from Modern Masters and 1 from the original Commander set. 1 mana for an instant. Exile a target creature. Its controller may search the library for a basic land. So one of the best white removal spells there is. Most of you guys probably already know what it does, but thought I'd read it to you just in case. Here's the last pretty expensive piece of the deck. Ranger of Eos. $11.66 each. You need 4 from Shards of Alara. There you go. Here I'll show you what she does. 4 mana, 3 colors, 1 white for a 3/2. And when she comes into play, you may search your library for up to 2 creature cards with converted mana cost 1 or less. Put them into your hand and then shuffle your library. So you can search out a Serra Ascendant, one of the Soul Sisters. That's why the deck's called Soul Sisters, because, yeah. You can also search out a Martyr of Sands if you need some more life gain. And Martyr of Sands, which I didn't show yet. Here she is right now. Martyr of Sands was only ever printed in Cold Snap. She's $1.62 each. Surprised she's that cheap for how good she is. 1 mana for a 1/1. You can pay 1 colorless, reveal X white cards from your hand, sacrifice Martyr of Sands. You gain 3 times X life. Whoa. So you're saying if you reveal 7 cards from your hand, you gain 21 life? Yup, you can do that turn 2. I like to get this down turn 1. Turn 2, untap, draw. Play this ability on your first main. You gain 21 life. Second main, play a land. And then try to play something down like a Serra Ascendant. You're at like 41 life with a 6/6 lifelink flyer on turn 2. Not the worst opportunity, not the worst spot to be in if I do say so myself. Next, Spectral Possession, 29 cents each. Most recently printed in Modern Masters 2015. Also been printed in Modern Event Deck, a lot of other stuff. So, what's so good about this? 3 mana. 3 mana. It's a white and colorless hybrid. You can either pay 1 white or 2 colorless for a sorcery. Put 3 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield. And why is this so good? Because with your Soul Sisters, you gain 1 for each Soul Sister you have on the battlefield. You gain 3 life off of this card. So let's say you have 3 Soul Sisters, you gain 9 life for one of these. And then a Johnny's Primate would get counters. Next up, Squadron Hawk, most recently printed in M11, 40 cents. There you go, Squadron Hawk. Why is he so good? 2 mana for a 1/1 flying. When he enters the battlefield, you may search for 3 other Squadron Hawks, put them in your hand. So you play 1 Squadron Hawk, get other Squadron Hawks, which you can either use that to fill up your hand to gain more life with Martyr of Sands, or to play them down and get more life with Soul Sisters. Or you can just use it as a flyer. Next up, which makes the creatures way better, Honor of the Pure. Honor of the Pure is a very good white card. It's not as expensive as it used to be. It's only $1.49 each. Most recently printed in the Modern Event Deck. I have 1 from the Modern Event Deck, 3 from M12. There's also a promo version of it for like 3, I think. So if you want to get a fancy version. 2 mana for enchantments. 2 mana for an enchantment. White creatures you control get +1/+1. So if you have your spirit tokens, they're each 2/2s. If you have 2 down, they're each 3/3s, 4/4s. If you have all 4 of these down, all of your tokens, your Squadron Hawks are all 5/5s. So, not bad. Here we go. We have Windbrisk Kites. Windbrisk Kites is 71 cents. Most recently printed in the Modern Event Deck. I have the From the Vault Relics, maybe? From the Vault something. Sorry if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But the foily version's like $1 or something, not a lot. It's a land with Hideaway. It enters the battlefield tapped. When it does, look at the top 4 cards of your library. Exile one face down, then put the rest on the bottom. You can tap it to add 1 white, or you can pay 1 white, tap it, and you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if you attack with 3 or more creatures this turn, which is not really a rare occurrence with this deck. And as you can see there, the little tap symbol is a little off-centered, so that's cool. Ghost Quarters. Ghost Quarters is 29 cents, most recently printed in Commander 2015. I have the Innistrad one. Taps to add 1 to your mana pool. You can tap it to sacrifice it, destroy target land. Its controller may search his or her library for a basic land, put it on a battlefield tapped. No, put it on a battlefield, then shuffle his or her library. So you can use this to get rid of a dual land. You can get rid of a... You can use this to get rid of another Windbrisk Heights of your opponent. You can use it to get rid of a fetch. Whatever. And now here we go. We have 16 planes. I have full art planes from Battle for the Zendikar. 16. They're cheap. You definitely have 16 lands lying around. If you don't, you can get them for very cheap. So there's the main deck. Now we're going to the sideboard. The main deck is still very powerful. Sideboard. This is just a basic sideboard. You have to use your sideboard to correspond with whatever people are playing at your game store. So here we go. We have 2 Leyline of Sanctities. Most recently printed in Modern Masters 2015. They're $10 each. I have 1 from M11 too. 4 casting costs for an enchantment. You have hexproof. So shuts down Storm, shuts down Burn, shuts down a lot of decks. And the good thing also is if it's in your opening hand, you can begin the game with it on your battlefield. So it's free pretty much if you draw it in your opening hand. Next we have 4 Disenchant. Disenchant is only 61 cents, most recently printed in Time Spiral. I have some of the older ones here, still like very cheap. Destroy target enchantment or artifact. 2 mana for an instant. See that? That's really good because you bring this in against Affinity. I even like to bring in 1 or 2 against Burn because of a card called Leyline of Punishment that says your opponent can't gain life. And so we got to get rid of that with the enchantment removal. Next we have 2 Suppression Field. Suppression Field is $2.28. Most recently printed in Ravnica City of Guilds. I'm pretty sure it was only printed then. 2 mana for enchantment. Activated abilities cost 2 colors more to play unless they're mana abilities. So, Splinter Twin, anything that has abilities on it gets turned off. Well, you have to pay more for it. Even some Affinity. Affinity can even be punished by it. Next up, we have Rest in Peace, 2 mana for an enchantment. Oh, I forgot to say the price. Sorry, guys. Rest in Peace, $2.25 from Return to Ravnica. 2 colors for an enchantment. When Rest in Peace enters the battlefield, exile all cards from graveyard. If a card or token would be put in the graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So, yes. Shuts down any graveyard strategies, dredge, whatever. 3 Stony Silence. Very good card right here. Very good sideboard card. $5.24 each from Innistrad. I have 3 of them. 2 cards for an enchantment. Activated abilities of artifacts can't be activated. So, Mox Opal, done. Arcbound Ravager, done. Can't use them. All of them. Springleaf Drum, done. Very good card for sideboard against Affinity. Last, Brave the Elements. 35 cents each, most recently printed in Commander 2014. I have the Zendikar version. Why is this so good? 1 mana for an instant. Choose a color. White creatures you control gain protection from that color until the end of turn. You might say, why isn't this main board? Because not all decks are monocolor. This is very good against monocolor decks because you can pretty much give your white creature protection from the other deck until the end of turn. So that's the deck. It'll cost you about $224 to build. Very good deck. Very fun to play. Lifegain. I've ended with like almost over 100 life before. It's good against most decks. Burn, it's very good against all these. So thank you guys for watching the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.